Hi, my Blue Jackets. It was so great to see each of you in class this week. I'm really sorry that some of you missed class on Wednesday. I promised an honors review. We'll go over forms and one-steps and also the breakaways we did in class that day. So I noticed that some of you needed some help working with your partner on that, so I got Miss Carly in to help us with the breakaways from wrist grabs, and then I'll show you what we call grab reversals in the future classes. So thanks again for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend with your family, and watch this video lots of times so you can get really strong on your forms, one-steps, and your breakaways. Thank you. We're going to do 4 different kinds of jumping jacks and also do stretch number 1 through 4. So let's start out with our regular old, we call these 2-count jumping jacks. So these are the ones you're used to doing. So when our feet are wide, our hands are wide, and then back together. So feet wide, hands wide, and then feet together, hands down. So out, together, out, and down. There we go. Good. Okay, let's see if we can do that just a little bit faster and smoother now. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good job. Okay, so let's do stretch number 2. Since we're doing a 2-count jumping jack, so remember stretch number 2 is 2 feet out together and then lean as far forward as you can. You don't have to reach your feet, but do your best to keep your knees straight and lean forward. Lean forward. That's good. Okay, shake your legs out. All right. Now we're going to do stretch number 4, and we're going to do a 4-count jumping jack. Okay, so 4 counts means you go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know it looks easy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, see if you can keep up with me while I do these a little bit quicker, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's too fast, huh? Okay. All right, let's do stretch number 4. Stretch number 4. Good job. Get your tummy high in the air. Good. Work your shoulders a little bit. Good job. Okay. So now we're going to do radar jumping jacks. So we're going to turn 3 one way and 3 the other way, 3 one way and 3 the other way, and then we'll do stretch number 3. Okay? So here we go. So 1, 2, 3. Other way. 1, 2, 3. Change. 1, 2, 3. Other way. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now let's do stretch number 3. So lean forward. That's right. Good job. Lean as far as you can. Remember, there are 3 ways you can do number 3. One is lean over to the side. Let's try that for a second. You can grab your foot and pull on your leg a tiny bit. Then up, really tall. Lean over the other way. Grab your foot, pull on it a little bit. Good. And then down the middle. So lean down the middle. Okay, up slowly. Okay. So now we're going to do a 1-count jumping jack. 1-count jumping jack means you do the whole thing in the air. Sometimes we call it a star jump. Okay, so whole thing in the air like this. That's right. So you try to get your feet as wide as you can, and also jump as high as you can. Big jump. Big jump. Big jump. 2 more. 1, 2. All right, now we'll do stretch number 1. So stretch number 1. Just lean out as far as you can over one leg, like this. Try to keep your legs straight. You don't have to reach your foot. If you can, easily reach your foot, then pull your heel up off the ground. Good. Okay, let's change the other leg. Lean forward. As far as you can go with your legs straight. And reach. Good job. If that's too easy for you, you can put your other leg on the top like this and then reach. That makes it a little tougher. All right, so good job on those. We're going to go into some new stretches in just a second. Next, we're going to do a front stretch and a side stretch that will also help us get warmed up for stretch number 11 and 12. So I'll show you directly towards you. You're just going to swing your legs straight up in the middle like this. And do a tiny bit higher each time. So your leg comes straight up in the middle of your body. I'll do it a little bit to the side because I want you to learn how we're going to step for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to swing, step down, and step back. Then do a new leg, step down, and step back. So swing your leg up high, step down, step back. That's it. Switching legs each time. Try to go a tiny bit faster with your legs straight. Of course, you know this is not a front kick. It's just a front stretch. You see how I'm trying to keep my hands up and my elbows in and my hands closed and my thumbs on the outside. There we go. All right, let's do a couple really high, and really high. Good job. All right, let's do stretch number 11. I think we all know what this one is. Put one leg way out in the front there. Leg straight, lean over the top of it. And stretch down for stretch number 11. There we go. And then bend your leg. And let's do the other leg now, stretch number 11. Okay, so now we're going to come up and do side stretch. So this is, we turn our back like this, and we lift up our heel straight back behind us. Then we're going to turn the other way and lift up our heel straight behind us. So, changing legs each time, change the direction that your body's facing. I'm looking at you, but you should be looking at your foot. So lift up behind you, then turn the other way. Back leg is the one that's lifting behind you, turn, lift behind you, turn, lift up. That's good. And try to do it a little bit higher each time. So, tiny bit higher. Look the other way. Higher. Tiny bit higher. And a little bit higher. And just two more, one with each side. Good. Point your heels towards the target. Okay, and let's do stretch number 12. So, stretch number 12 is just having our feet wide apart like this. And lean down the middle. As far as your legs can go, with your legs straight. Move your weight forward and back a little bit and stretch a little bit more. Good job. Okay, now I think we're ready for our lesson. Hi everybody, this is my Karate Kid Carly. I'm so happy she's here to help me today. So we'll demonstrate the one steps for you. Now I will tell you the form and the one steps are a tiny bit different, but they're the same combinations. So I'll try to point out some of the differences while we're doing the one steps, okay? So these are our new one steps for Blue Jacket rotation number 2. So first evade, punch. You may need to step back a tiny bit. Round kick to the side of the person, then big step back so you have enough space. Side kick, hammer fist. All right? So you just have to adjust the space, close for the round kick, step away for the side kick, and then back in for the hammer fist, okay? And then second one is all hands, block, punch, then low hammer fist and high hammer fist. So that one, you stay for the first two and step for the next two. All right, that's similar to the stepping you did on number 2 before. All right, number 3, now it's an interesting one. You're going to move your foot out of the way so your head is not there when you're cross blocking. Step, chop, step back, front kick. Now in the form, we're moving forward, but we have to be careful with the partner. So let's go through those 3 one more time. Okay, so number 1, evade, punch, round kick, step away, side kick, hammer fist. Now on number 2, we're going to just block, punch, step, and change feet, and use our lead hand. So one hand does the block, and the other hand does all 3 shots. And then number 3 is fade away. Make sure you're getting your foot out of the way so that your head isn't in the way of this anymore. Turn, chop, step back, front. Okay? All right. Thank you very much. All right. Thanks, everybody. Today, we're going to work on the blue jacket form for rotation 2. So you've worked hard on the 1 steps and the form segments. Now I'll show you how we put them together into a form. If you're a new blue jacket, this may be the very first form that you've done in the shape of a rectangle. And the 3 1 steps are done twice each, and those 6 segments make up the form in a rectangle. So let's see if I can demonstrate this for you. Once, fairly slowly, secondly with more detail, and thirdly so you can follow along. All right, so maybe just watch the first time and then follow me on the next 2. Ready? Here we go. Back to ready. Okay, so let me talk you through that again. So since you know the 1 steps, you'll know the moves, but let's try it. Ready? So block, punch, round kick, step up, side kick, twin low block. Now you saw that I started my left side leading. I'm going to step out with my left again to do second 1 step. Out of forearm block, reverse punch, step low hammer fist, high hammer fist. Now the next turn is all I'm doing is turning and chopping. So no spinning on that one. And then front kick and yell. Keep walking forward and do number 1 1 step again. Block, punch, round kick, step up, side kick, twin low block. This is a long turn. Turn 3 walls, out of forearm block, so number 2 1 step, reverse punch, low hammer fist, high hammer fist. Again, turn 3 walls to the chop, and then front kick. And that's the last move of the form. Step back up to ready. Okay, so I'll go a little slower. You see if you can follow me on this whole form. There you go. All right, so practice hard, and I'll look forward to seeing how well you're doing this in class. Thanks very much. So for those of you who are visual learners, like I am, I want to show you the form laid out in a pattern on the floor, the direction your feet are stepping as we do this form. So let's imagine we're going to start at this point. And this is the American flag in our classroom, so you're going to move towards the American flag. So you step out with your left side, and you do 1 step number 1. Now that's going to take you 3 steps forward. And it's a long 1 step with 5 moves in it. Remember that? And then you'll already be facing this direction in your twin low block. So you just step straight out with your left foot this way, and you go 2 steps this way, doing out of forearm block, reverse punch, step, low hammer fist, high hammer fist. So this would be 1 step number 2, starting on your left. Now this is a fairly easy turn to number 3. There's no spinning or anything. You just step straight out and go this direction, doing chop, front kick, step forward. So this would be one step number 3. Then we start back on number 1 again, but we have to change sides of our body. So remember to change sides and do one step number 1. So again, this is 5 moves long, 3 steps forward, one step number 1 again. Now the turns start to get a little tricky. This one, we need to go this way, and we need to start on a new side of our body. So what we do is we turn 270 degrees. That means 3 walls, past 3 walls, to face that direction, and do one step number 2 on the opposite side of our body. So we spin around all the way until we're doing right out of forearm block. And then this is the other one. We have to turn again, so we're on our right. So 270 degrees here till we're facing back to the way we started. Come back to our starting spot with one step number 3. So it starts right here, one step number 1. Step straight out in front of you with your left, do one step number 2. Step straight out with your left and do one step number 3. Then remember to change sides of your body because we're going back to number 1, starting on the right. Come all the way down here with your whole number 1 ending in twin low block facing this way. Spin around until you're doing out of forearm block for number 2 with your right side going this way. Spin around and come back towards your starting spot with one step number 3. So hopefully that will help you to understand how we turn 3 one-steps times 2, that's 6 whole segments, into a 4-sided shape. So one of the things that's really important to martial artists is that we are warriors for peace. So we always want to make sure that we do everything we can to end situations peacefully. So even somebody grabbing us, we're going to try to change their mind without anybody getting hurt. So let's do some breakaways. So we're going to imagine that somebody grabbed your wrist like this and they're just really, really excited about you coming with them, but you don't want to go with them and you want to make sure they let go of your hand. So the first thing we're going to do is ask. So just look in their eyes, make sure you're keeping eye contact. Eye contact is really, really important. Keep eye contact and say, please let me go.
Please let me go.
Oh, maybe the person won't even realize that they've been holding you, but now they do realize that you don't want them to hold you, so they'll let you go. So make sure you have eye contact and ask firmly but politely. So say it one more time.
Please let me go.
Okay, so the person will know that you don't want hands on you. But they may be so excited, please come, please come, please come play with me, please come play with me, that they don't even pay attention when you say,
please let me go.
if that happens, you're going to need to be a lot more firm, okay? So I know that you all know how to punch and kick, but this is not time for that because we have way more skills than this other person, and so we want to make sure that we use our skills to avoid conflict, okay? So this time we're just going to say,
let me go.
So with eye contact and firm voice, you can even raise your voice a little bit and say, let me go. So when that happens, when this person raises their voice, that gets the attention of people around. So either that'll get this person's attention and go, ooh, okay, this person's really serious, or if they still keep holding on, they're going to suddenly start looking around and seeing who's noticing that they have their hands on you inappropriately. Okay, so first ask, then tell, and if they're still not letting you go, well, it's your hand, so you're going to take it home with you. So we're going to turn our hand over so that the thumb is pointing the same way as the person who's gripping is pointing. And then we're going to grab our own hand, but flat. Okay, so you can see here that Ms. Carly is not lacing her fingers, okay? That could hurt your own hand, and it's difficult to let go if you need to let go suddenly. And then she's going to bring her feet really, really close to me, and then just turn her body to the side. Okay, the flip wedges the hand out between the forefinger and the thumb. So we'll come and show you really, really close here. So you just see the wrist. So the hand's like this. She flips, grips,
and then rotates her whole body, not trying to pull her arm away, rotates her whole body, okay? So next one is, what if the person's walking past you and grabs like this? Now, if Miss Carly tries to grab from underneath and pull, that's not going to work because she's pulling against my whole hand. So the only thing she needs to do differently is to reach over the top of my wrist and grab, and then flip, and then turn, okay? So remember, this one was flip, grip, grip. This one over here is going to be grip first because she went over the top of my wrist. Now she's going to flip and roll. And that can happen either direction. It doesn't matter which way she turns, she'll be able to pull her hand out of there as long as she's using her legs, using her whole body, okay? Not trying to pull her arms out. So that is also the same one that you do for two hands. So imagine that two hands are gripping like this. So we'll come up and show you in just a second. But same thing, if she reaches under, if you reach under and try to pull, that's not coming out against 8 fingers or 2 palms. But if she goes over the top of one wrist, whichever wrist she can, and then flips and then turns her whole body, she can get out. Okay, so we'll come and show you that one pretty close. So, two hand grabbing like this. Okay, two hand grabbing. So, grip, flip, and then twist the whole body. Okay, the closer you are to the hands of the other person, the better, and the further away the other person is from their hands, the better. So you want to try to have the attacker's arms straight and your arms bent and as close as you can. So it's a good idea when you get grabbed just to put your foot right underneath this person so you have a lot more power with your legs when you go to get away. So you're going to grip, flip, and grip. Okay? So 3 different wrist grabs, and 2 of them are almost identical, but the thing you need to do is ask, then tell, stay calm, and make sure you're using your whole body. If you remember to do this exactly precisely, and you'll have time because the person will be looking, what are you doing? And you may think, oh, somebody can grab me so tightly that I won't be able to turn my wrist. Well, actually, it sounds gross, but you can actually turn the bones of your wrist inside your skin. Okay, it's an important defense mechanism that you can actually do that. So it will be able to turn. It may be painful, but we're still going to try to avoid hurting this person if we possibly can. Because we're good people, and we're martial artists with a lot of skill, and we always want to end everything peacefully.
How do you talk to a giant? Use big words.